Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're taking aim at one of the newest tools out there. It's fast, it's efficient. Frankly, it's designed to map someone's digital life. Quick. Every click, every post leaves a sort of data crumb. And being able to gather those crumbs instantly, that's a huge shortcut. Okay, let's unpack this. The tool we're looking at is the Deepsearch AI search assistant. It's a mobile app, billing itself as the go-to for people searching and social media lookups.
That's right. And our mission today really is to give you the blueprint. We're taking everything from the materials provided and boiling it down. We'll cover, what it does, who actually made it, and crucially, how they make money from it, how they monetize that speed.
Right, the whole economy around just pulling together public info faster.
Exactly.
Okay, foundations first. If this thing is a digital detective, what's it actually made of? At its heart, Deepsearch AI Search Assistant is a mobile app, purely focused on tracing those digital footprints for individuals.
And the engine behind it, that's artificial intelligence AI. This isn't just like a simple web scraper or something basic. The app uses AI algorithms to very quickly scan and process data. It pulls from lots of different platforms, different sources, but always focused on finding publicly available information tied to a person. Think of it as a specialized synthesizer for public social data.
Okay, so AI is the how. Who's the who? Who actually built this engine? The developer is listed as X Studios. Now, sometimes you see tech companies laser focused on one thing, but X Studios seems a bit broader.
They do, yeah. The sources define them as an app and marketing studio. That's quite telling, isn't it? Their full legal name, just for the record, is X Studios Billisim Technologilari Reclam Silic Anonym Circetti.
Okay, wow, that's a mouthful.
It is, but it points to them being a formally registered entity, likely based in Turkey, given the name structure. And yeah, they specialize in these high-utility mobile apps, tools that solve a distinct problem, something that can either command a price or get a massive user base.
And Deepsearch isn't their only app in that sort of high-utility niche, is it?
No, not at all. Looking at their other work, it confirms that focus. They've also developed a scanner app, like for documents, and a chatbot app. It suggests a pattern, right? They leverage tech like AI, efficient data handling, to create tools that are immediately useful and, importantly, highly monetizable. They definitely get the value of convenience.
That background on the developer, it does tell you something about their priorities, doesn't it? Speed, probably monetization. So let's talk about that speed. If you're the user needing info, how do you actually start a search with this thing? Here's where it gets really interesting. The sources are super specific about the inputs. There are exactly 4 ways you can start a search.
And these inputs are key to its versatility. You're not just stuck with one way of identifying someone, which you really need if you want to cross-reference effectively.
Absolutely. So, method 1.
Yeah.
A person's full name. That's the classic way, right? But often pretty vague. Lots of people with the same name.
Right.
But then you get into the really useful identifiers. A phone number, an email address, or even just a unique username from some site.
Yeah, and using a phone number or email, that's powerful here. A name might give you thousands of hits, but an email, a phone number, those are almost like unique global IDs online. Trying to manually plug a phone number into different social sites is, it's slow, and often platforms just block it. This tool seems built to use those specific identifiers to check everywhere, fast.
Okay, let's imagine a scenario. Say you only have a weird username from one forum or something. You type that into Deepsearch AI. What's the app trying to do? What's the end goal?
The main goal is what the sources call social media discovery. Its big feature, the comprehensive information part, is all about finding that person's accounts across, as many different platforms as possible. It's trying to instantly pull together their whole active online presence, their digital footprint, aggregated. Think about doing it by hand. You have a username. Is it for Instagram, LinkedIn, maybe Reddit, a gaming site? You'd have to check each one manually, maybe 5, 10 platforms. Deepsearch AI just cuts out that waiting time. It runs all those checks pretty much at the same time and puts the results together for you.
So we know it finds where they are online. What kind of stuff does it actually show the user? The sources mention things like public records, images, videos. It sounds like it creates a really condensed digital profile, way faster than you could ever do it yourself.
That is the core selling point, yes. The cross-platform search efficiency. It's not necessarily digging up secrets, right? It's finding publicly available stuff. But it does the tedious work, the cross-referencing, almost instantly. What might take you, say, 10 minutes of manual searching, this app might do in seconds.
Okay.
And that time saving, especially if you're doing lots of searches, that becomes really valuable. The sources also mention it can be used for, let's say, a basic background check, finding professional details, online mentions, that kind of thing.
Okay, but I have to push back a bit. If this data is already public, just out there, why pay? Isn't this just, I don't know, a fancier Google search?
That's a really fair question, and it gets to the heart of aggregation value. Okay, so the pieces of data, a tweet, a profile pic, a job title on LinkedIn, yes, those are public. But the assembly isn't public, or rather, it's not easy. The app's value is connecting the dots, linking those 4 inputs, name, phone, email, username, to all those different platforms instantly. Like we said, the sources confirm it's used for those basic background checks, finding professional details, online mentions. You're essentially paying for the algorithm, the organization, the speed, not the raw data itself.
Right, okay, that makes sense. The labor saved is the product, which naturally brings us to the big question. If saving labor is the product, how does X Studios actually charge for it? Is this powerful tool really free? Let's look at that monetization.
Well, we already established X Studios is into mobile utility apps, right? And their money-making strategy fits that mold perfectly, the app itself. Free to download. That's the standard freemium approach we see everywhere. Get people in the door.
Ah, the freemium model. Okay.
But, and this is the key part, to actually use the main feature, that super fast cross-platform searching we just talked about, that requires in-app purchases.
Right. And the sources are really clear about what the main purchase is. It's a subscription. The big offer is for unlimited access to all features. That phrase is always a dead giveaway, isn't it?
Yeah.
The real power costs money.
Precisely. And that's where the tension lies for the user. You download it for free. Maybe you get, I don't know, one very basic search, perhaps limited results. But to really leverage that speed advantage, to get that instant digital snapshot using any of those specific inputs like phone or email, you gotta subscribe.
And the structure of that subscription.
Yeah.
Because that's often where the stickiness comes in for companies.
And that's the detail you, the listener, really need to clock. The sources state very clearly these aren't just one-off payments. They are automatically billed subscriptions based on whatever plan you pick, monthly, yearly, whatever they offer.
Auto billing, of course.
It's designed for retention, isn't it? Predictable income for X Studios. They're charging you that premium for organizing public data conveniently and making sure that payment keeps rolling unless you actively go in and cancel it.
So let me see if I've got this straight. X Studios builds a tool that shaves off maybe minutes, maybe hours of boring manual searching.
Oh.
And then they structure the payment to basically lock you into paying automatically again and again for access to information that is technically already out there for free.
That's the business model in a nutshell, yes. They've turned convenience, speed into a recurring revenue stream, a premium commodity.
Okay. We've covered quite a bit today digging into this Deepsearch AI search assistant. We established the developer, X Studios, plays in that high-utility app space. We detailed the 4 search methods: name, phone, email, username, highlighting how specific inputs like phone numbers really power its cross-platform search. And maybe most importantly, we broke down the business model. Free download, but unlimited access means signing up for an automatically billed subscription. So what does this all mean for you, the person who might need this kind of information?
Well, what's really fascinating here, I think, is the trend it shows. It's this commodification of speed, of algorithmic organization. You're not paying to own the data. You're paying a regular fee, an ongoing fee, simply for the AI to arrange it for you quickly. The convenience that tools like this offer, especially when dealing with information that's theoretically public, well, that convenience is increasingly locked behind these persistent, auto-renewing subscriptions. And that brings up a maybe provocative thought for you to consider. Looking ahead, is the line between what's publicly available and what's practically accessible going to be drawn purely by your willingness to pay a subscription for automated organization? What's the real cost, the long-term cost of demanding instant convenience for everything? Something to think about.